Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reading the epilogue of the Enloa Holmes, The Case of the Missing Marquess. London, November 1888. All dressed in black, the nameless stranger emerges from her lodgings late at night to prowl the streets of the East End. From her unfashionably straight waist swings a rosary, its ebony beads clicking as she walks. The veiled habit of a nun covers her tall, thin body from head to toe. In her arms she carries food, blankets, and clothing for the poor old women who huddle on the steps of the workhouse, the crawling women called Dosses, and any other whom she may find in need. The street folk accept her kindness and call her sister. No one knows her by any other name, for she never speaks. Seemingly she has taken a vow of silence and solitude. Or perhaps she wishes not to flaunt cultivated speech, not to be betrayed by an upper-class accent. Silent she comes, she goes, an object of curiosity at first, but after a few days scarcely noticed. In a much wealthier and somewhat bohemian section of the city, someone is opening an office in the same Gothic residence where Madame Leila Sibelle de Popova, astral pedestrian, held séances before her. Or rather, his shocking arrest, the scandal of the season, with the previous occupant gone to prison. In the house's bay window, a placard has appeared, soon to be available for consultation. Dr. Leslie T. Ragston, scientific predation. A scientist must of course be a man, and an important one, quite busy at the university or the British Museum. Undoubtedly this is why no one in the well-to-do neighborhood has yet seen the great Dr. Leslie T. Ragston. But every day his secretary comes and goes, putting things to rights in his new office, tending to his affairs. She is a plain young woman, unremarkable except for her efficiency, very much like thousands of other young women, typesets and bookkeepers, surviving in London so as to spend a little money home to their families. Her name is Ivy Meshel. Daily, as befits a virtuous and modest young woman alone in the big city, Ivy Meshel lunches at the professional women's tea room nearest to her place of employment. There, protected from any contact with the predatory male of the species, she sits alone reading the Pall Mall Gazette and various periodicals. She has found in one of these publications a personal advertisement that interests her exceedingly, so much so that she has clipped it out and carries it on her person. It says, "Iris tips sales to Ivy. Loabigoe. Sometimes, alone in her cheap lodgings, Miss Meshel, or perhaps the mute, nameless sister, draws this slip of paper from a pocket and sits down to look at it, even though she has long since deciphered it. And blooming in the sun, not only Chrysanthemum, but also Rambling Rose. This message was sent, she believed, by a contented woman who is wandering free, in a place where there are no hairpins, no corsets, no dress improvisers with the gypsies on moors. If she had any distance to travel, why did she not use the bicycle? Why did she not leave by the gate? If she struck out across country on foot, where was she going? One hypothesis answers all three questions. The runaway woman had no great distance to travel, needing only to walk out upon the countryside until she met a very likely prearrangement with a caravan of English nomads. In the meanings of flowers, the rambling rose refers to a free, wandering, gypsy type of life. And if there is a touch of larkency in the nature of gypsies, well, so there appeared to also be in Dora Vernon Holmes, as was demonstrated by her dealings with Mycroft Holmes. Very likely she is quite enjoying herself. One question remains unanswered. Why did Mum not take me with her? Not as troublesome a thought as it used to be. That freedom-loving lady, growing old, having probably only a brief time to fulfill a dream before she dies, has done the best she can for her late-in-life daughter. Sometimes plans the girl who walks alone, perhaps in the spring, when the weather has warmed enough to permit travel, she will set out to seek for her mother among the gypsies. But meanwhile, as she looks at the newspaper clipping, her rather long and angular face softens, rendering almost beautiful by a smile, for she knows that in the secret coat of flowers, a rose of any sort signifies love. The end. Thank you all for watching. That was the epilogue of our story. Bye, everybody.